Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Favorite Album of the Year. It's Thursday morning. We have arrived at 2003. This is a weird one. So, this particular year, you know how I've often talked about how, sometimes way ahead of the actual year that we're going to be covering. I'm like, yeah, I already know which one's going to be my favorite that year. I already know. Don't even have to look at any list, nothing like, no, it's going to be my favorite. No, it's going to be my runner-up. All that kind of stuff. So that was kind of the deal for today, for 2003. And then yesterday, I put it on my list, put my runner up, and then I, started. I was like, all right, but let's go see what else came out in that year so I can kind of, just take a look. And I'm going through and I'm going through and I'm going through and I'm like, oh, crap. I forgot that came out in 2003. So, change of plans. Total change of plans. So, what I thought was going to be my winner now gets moved to my runner-up. And my winner of the year, my favorite of the year of 2003, is pretty stupendous. Pretty stupendous. It's an actual live album from a great band. And for me, this became their de facto best live album. All right. It was released on May 27th, 2003. Produced for Atlantic Records. Produced by their guitar player, a guy, you may know him, a guy named Jimmy Page. Talking about Led Zeppelin's How the West Was Won. Triple disc live album. Fantastic live set. Taken from recordings at the LA Forum and Long Beach Arena, 1972, 25th and 27th of June, 1972. As much as I love Song Remains the Same, this is the ultimate Zeppelin live album for me. Fantastic. Zeppelin at their zenith. Zeppelin at their most epic. All right, you got some long tracks with great rambling jams, drum solos, guitar solos, all that kind of stuff. All sorts of classics on here. Immigrant Song, Heartbreaker, Black Dog, Over the Hills and Far Away, Since I've Been Loving You, Stairway to Heaven, Going to California, That's the Way, Brown We Are, Stomp, Dazed and Confused, What Is and What Should Never Be, Dancing Days, Moby Dick, Whole Lot of Love, 23 Minutes Plus, Rock and Roll, The Ocean, and a sizzling Bring It On Home. Great stuff. It sounds fantastic. It's a great little package here. Zeppelin at their most immense. I don't know what more can be said here. It's just a kick-ass live album. And again, the fact that I kind of forgot all about it from 2003. You know what it is? It's like, because this was something that was released way after it was recorded. So you don't tend to kind of think of release dates for stuff like this, because stuff from the vaults. This is more like, that's a live album from 72, right? Even though it was released in 2003. Anyway, that's my favorite of the year. A surprise. Totally forgot about it. So for my runner-up, sorry, Dream Theater, Train of Thought. You were going to be my number one till I realized that. This, I was all over this like a fly on glue trap paper. Man, I listened to this a ton in 2003. I love Dream Theater anyway, but as a guy who was, always been a metalhead, and by 2003 I was back fully after, listening to really nothing but prog and jazz through a good chunk of the 90s. I was totally back into metal again in the 2000s, and I love the heaviness of this album. A lot of people always say this is Dream Theater's kind of like Metallica album, and to some extent that is true. It's got heavy. This album almost kind of goes back to the Master of Puppets and Justice for All type of heaviness, specifically in Justice for All. Great riffs, great keyboards, anthemic choruses, long epic tracks. Love this album a lot. Like I said, it would have been my number one. But unfortunately, came down to Zeppelin, right? So, but it's a good 1-2 punch here, man. Progressive metal and some classic 70s hard rock. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. So, what else was in the running, you might ask? Well, my original runner-up was Evergrey Recreation Day. A very, very close third was Allman Brothers band Hitting the Note. which I dig quite a bit. Other favorites from the year: Nevermore, Enemies of Reality, King Crimson, The Power to Believe, Opeth, Damnation, Iron Maiden, Dance of Death, Jethro Tull, The Crimson Album. What else we got? We got stuff here for The Tangent, Children of Bodom, Arch Enemy, Arena, Contagion, Circle of Circle, Deep Purple, Bananas, even though it's not one of my favorite Deep Purple albums, I do dig it. Dimmu Borgir, Death Cult, Armageddon, Enslaved, Below the Lights, Camelot, Epica, Strapping Young Lad, self-titled, Morbid Angel, Heretic, Masterplan, self-titled, Styx, Cyclorama, Lynyrd Skynyrd, Vicious Cycle. Those are some of the other ones that were in consideration for me for 2003, but, like I said, it was always going to be this. But then I realized that this came out, so there you have it. So curious to see what you guys choose for 2003. Your top pick, your top 3, your top 5, your top 10, 20, 50, whatever you want to do, right? Because we all have our favorites. We all hear these albums differently, so there's absolutely no right or wrong answer here. I mean, it's crazy when you look at the hundreds of albums that get released every year. A lot of good stuff. So tomorrow we'll hit 2004. Later today, going to be bringing you my ranking of the albums of the catalog, the studio catalog of great heavy rock / doom / psychedelic hard rock band Down, supergroup featuring members of Pantera, Corrosion of Conformity, Crowbar, and others. Looking forward to doing that. I'm a big fan of the band. So we'll see you guys later on. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. So list your picks. Will any of you choose Zeppelin or Dream Theater? We shall see. I'm guessing some will, right? So see you guys later on. Take care. Bye-bye.